Eric from the Fellow Tasting Panel here to talk to you about our spooky collaboration with Brandywine Coffee Roasters. This is Felloween, Colombia El Progreso. This is a frighteningly tasty washed coffee with flavors that really remind me of Halloween. Now, I don't mean black cats, bats and rats, or a brimming glass full of spiders. To me, I taste a caramel apple that has been sinisterly stitched together with a very delicate and floral honey. This coffee is very clean and balanced with flavors that instantly transport me to the fall season. For a true trick-or-treat experience, I recommend tasting this coffee at different temperatures as it cools down so you can see how the flavor profile develops over time. Let me tell you a little bit about my sipping experience. 10 minutes after cooling down, I tasted the creeping crisp apple acidity and sweetness. Spooky whispers of elderflower and honey lingered in the distance. After another 10 minutes, floral honey wrapped me in its embrace, adding additional sweetness to the cup. When my coffee cooled down to room temperature, a caramel finish leapt out at the end, mutating this all into a devilishly delicious caramel apple. All these flavors combined to make the perfect Halloween treat. Doom, doom, doom. One thing I noticed about this coffee is that it doesn't like to be pushed or extracted too much. I started off with a ratio of 1:16 coffee to water, but I yielded much sweeter results once I dialed that back down to 1:15. I brewed this on the Stagg X stripper, and I'm happy to share my recipe with you. I used 20 grams of coffee and 300 grams of water, brewed at 208 degrees Fahrenheit. The ground coffee was medium fine, that's setting 2 if you're using the Ode brew grinder. And I started off by pouring a 50 gram bloom for 40 seconds. I recommend once you pour the 50 grams, pick up the brewer up, give it a little swirl, make sure all the grounds are evenly wet. Once 40 seconds pass, all of these pours are going to be slow concentric circles in the middle of the brewer. So at 40 seconds, I pour to 150 grams, ending that pour at 1 minute and 15 seconds. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I pour to 200 grams, ending that pour at 1 minute 45 seconds. At 2 minutes, I pour to 250 grams, ending that pour at 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and the final pour at 2 minutes 30 seconds, pouring to 300 grams. I end that at about 2 minutes 45 seconds. Total brew time should be about 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Right before the final drawdown, I pick up the brewer and give it a little swirl just to make sure that the grind bed is nice and even at the end. One of my favorite things about coffee is that it gives everyone the opportunity to become a mad scientist. Experiment with different brewing methods and devices, different temperature water, different grind settings, and we'd really love to hear your experiences, your brew recipes, and what you taste in the coffees we drop. So please share your experiences with us. Happy Felloween from the Fellow Tasting Panel.